Why is knowing how to fight in a relationship so important for the quality of our relationship? And how do we do it in a healthy way? This is what I want to talk about today. But before I get into how to fight in a healthy way, I want to touch the point of why is knowing how to fight so important for our relationships. As we grow up in a family, look at the families of people around you and ask yourself what kind of fighting model did they see at home or did we see at home? And I think, generally speaking, there are three kinds of ways of fighting within families and relationships in general. One is the aggressive one, the second one is the passive one, and the third one is the safe, healthy one. And how does it look? The passive one is the one that doesn't want to fight at all. That's the codependent people that many of us are in this channel and in my other channel in Hebrew. Many people that I are like that, they find this place because this is one of the purposes of my channel. Avoiding conflict, not going into it, never raising your voice, not doing anything that might cause a fight or arise a confrontation, anything like that, flies out the window, swallowing in a lot of stuff, becoming more and more bitter, and eventually either exploding in the aggressive way or just leaving the relationship, not having anything to do with it. That's one option, okay? Not a healthy one. The other option is the aggressive kind. It's the one that comes in and attacks you and tells you it's all your fault and this is what you do and blah 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 and you're always doing this and then and you don't see me at all and I want you to do this and that because this is what I said and all that stuff and that also, of course, very easily, as we know, we can see, we can think of, is not a healthy way. And that also many times either the other person that is at the receiving end of this aggression either takes it in as much as he can and then eventually leaves you alone to scream at the walls, or starts doing something else himself or answering back or whatever. But in any case, either the passive one or the aggressive one way of fighting, of arguing, of having conflict is not a good one. The third one is the one I want to talk about, and I want to emphasize again the fact that the way we fight and if we learn how to fight in a healthy way is, as you just heard, a very major factor in determining how this relationship is going to evolve, if it's going to exist, if it's not going to end, and if it continues, if it's going to be a good one or a bad one, or one that is not happy and adding happiness to your life and being a good relationship. And I have to say, I'm not only talking about spouses, I'm talking about many other relationships in families, within working places, as friends or whatever it is. This has to do with all of that stuff. And I think that this will help you a lot in any relationship that you take part of, even if you don't have a partner in your life right now. Okay, so I've got 7 ways that we can fight in a healthy way. And as I just said, that is a very important ability to practice and to bring into our relationships, because that helps determine the quality and the length of the relationship. The first one is try to listen. Okay, I know that is very difficult. All you want to do is say what you feel, and everything rises up and everything boils up, and then you just want to say whatever it is that happened. You just want to be the one talking. But, and I'm not saying this has to be the first one. You'll hear all the 7 tools and then choose where to put what. But listening is essential. There's even a tool in the DBT method that people have to, once in a while, just within a relationship, a close relationship, sit down and have like a whole half an hour that they listen to the other person and they're not saying anything, even if it's not a fight, even if it's not over a conflict of any sort, just being there, just listening, not saying anything, changes the whole situation and makes you hear things that you might have never heard in any other way. So listen, that's one thing. The second one, accept criticism, okay? Come to this conversation knowing that you're going to bring your point of view, but you have to be able to be in a set of mind and in an emotional state that things that are going to be told to you you'll be able to say, okay, I'm hearing you. I'm not agreeing. I don't think that this is the way it is. I think differently, but I can hear what you say. I'm here and I can hear what you're saying. That's the second one. The third one, take responsibility for what's yours. What is your part in this situation? And that means, well, okay, I know that I did not bring the car back when I said I would, and I'm taking responsibility for that. The fact that many things happen and that's why it happened or whatever, that's something that you're gonna say. I'm gonna address that in a minute. But being able to say, well, this was my responsibility and I didn't own up to it, that is an important thing. That is something that you should be able to say. So that's another point. That's the third one. Number 4, express your feelings, how you're feeling, using using the word me. Me or I, I'm sorry, me, I guess. I feel that, um, I, I, I feel that I did not come with the car on time, and that made you upset, and that made me feel like you're looking for reasons to fight with me. Okay, whatever. That's an option, that you were looking for reasons to fight with me. So that's another one. Express your emotions clearly. Number 5, finish the conversation. It's like that saying, don't go to bed angry. Try as best as you can not to bring the conversation, the conflict, the fight to a situation where somebody says, well, and walks out the door. I'm not saying that's not something that happens, but try the best you can to stay in the situation, even if it's difficult, even if, and many times it is upsetting. Even if you say, okay, well, you did not bring the car back when I asked you to, and you knew that was important for me, and you know what? I can't take it anymore, and I'm going, and again, I understand it, but try to, okay, you walk out the door, try to take a big breathe in, try to breathe in and out, take a big breath in and come back, because that could be a very essential criteria to how this fight and how this relationship, in many ways, if this fight happens again and again, or in a different nuance but the same idea, and if you want this relationship to succeed, and even if you don't, if you want to grow as a person, if you want to become more resilient, if you want to become happier, if you want to become more able to have conflicts and to resolve them, then for you, even before the relationship, for you should come back. That is very important also. So that was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 and 7, we have 2 more, okay? Try not to use words like always, every time. Whenever I ask you to bring the car back, you always do this to me, and you always come back like late, and I can never trust that you're gonna do this for me, whatever. Never, always, every time, whenever. Generalization, okay? Because when you do that, then what you do is you see the whole person as negative. And again, I'm talking to you. You see the whole person as a negative person, and that makes you feel different about them. And of course, that makes them feel like you don't like the whole thing, the whole package, and every time, and everything, and that weakens you as a person and your ability to address situations as they come, and not generalizing, and not seeing the world in black and white, and not taking and looking at the world in an unhealthy way. And of course that it has a big influence on the relationship as well, and it influences the other way it influences the way the other person feels, and that also makes everything very weak and very fragile as far as this relationship is concerned. So that was number 6. Number 7, it's not in any specific order, I have to say, because I wrote them down, and I'm spitting them out now, if you may, and so the number 7 is actually maybe one of the first ones in the whole scenario, but still I wrote it down as number 7, and that's don't blame. Okay, don't be the prosecutor in the situation. Don't be the one just pointing out at everything that's going wrong in this situation with this other person, with him not being able to commit, with him turning everything at the other person. I'm not saying again that you are not able to say, well, this is how I feel and this is how I see it, and whatever it is that we said before, but don't be in a blaming, in a totally blaming way of addressing this situation, because as I said, this whole thing is going to backfire at you. I'm saying that for you, for the way you fight, for the way you come into conflicts, for the way that you're able to bear conflicts, to have them happening in your relationship, because you want this relationship and because you want your life to be good and the quality of your life to be a good one. And if you don't learn these things, and I'm sure that many of you have relationships in your life where you've given up, like I said, where everything is passive and you don't care anymore, and you know that that means that the relationship is not in your life for better or worse, for the good things that you're missing out on, and the bad things that you don't have in your life right now, that's for sure. But this whole idea of knowing how to fight in a healthy way, not in a passive and not in an aggressive way, that's something that is very important for you, beyond the relationship or whatever it is that you have going on with the other person that you're fighting with. So this is a video that was very important for me to do today. I hope that helps in a way. Again, I'm saying there are 3 ways to fight: passive, aggressive, and a healthy one. I tried in the beginning to explain why it is so important to learn how to fight, because that makes the relationship be able to be a good one and a healthy one. And then we went into 7 points of how to fight in a healthy way. And I really, really hope that meets you in a way that can help you and that can make your life happier and better. My name is Ruth Lax. I'm a therapist, and I'm very happy that you're here at this new channel. I would be happy if you join and follow the channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.